Good morning, students. In this class, we are going to continue to rig the fingers, and I hope all of you have got clear knowledge about set-driven key, the technique which is going to used to rig the fingers. We saw the set-driven key technique last class, and also we have created controller curves for the fingers, and we have added this controller curves under the arm control. Then we have created additional attributes. We have created curl and spread attributes for all the fingers, and we have grouped it, and we have cleared all the history and all these things. So now let us start to give connectivity with the controller curves and the fingers. Okay, so for that we need to select the joints. Yeah, in the last class itself I told how to select the joints. We should select it from the tip. Okay, right, I'm turning off my geometry. Okay, I'm turning off my geometry, and we are going to open the option called set driven key. Okay, here in my tab I'm just going to change it from modeling into animation. There I can see a tab called key. In that key menu, when I come down, there is something called set driven key. Click on that, keep it near, and open the option box to work on set driven key. Okay, now you know very well the connectivity or the relationship between driver and the driven. Okay, now which is the driver here? This finger is the driver. Okay, I have selected this finger and I am going to load, and I am clicking on selected as driver. Okay, so first we need to give connectivity to the curl. You can see an option here, curl. You know what is curl? I told you this is the curl. Okay, this is the curl. Okay, but if it works like this is not comfortable for us, so we need to select it from the reverse. Okay, if we select it from here, from the base, it will work like this. Okay, we can see the difference. It will work like this. It will be very mechanical or robotic. Okay, so for that we need to select the finger joints from the base. Okay, from the tip, shift, hold shift and click on the middle joint, then hold shift and click on the base joint. Now if I click on rotate, you can see the rotation is gradual. Rotation is happening based on the hierarchy. Okay, so this kind of rotation we need. So before that I'm going to, so you understood how to select for the option curl. Okay, so first I'm going to select the curl here, then I'm going to come here and I'm going to select this joint, shift select this joint, shift select this joint, and I'm going to load as driver. sorry, yeah, load as driven. Okay, I'm just confused between the two options. Load as driven, right? So which is the driver here? Again, yeah, I'm selecting this load as driver. So in driver, I need to select this, and here for tip, mid and base, which option I need to select for rotation? I should check here in the channel box. It is, you can see the value of rotate Z. When I click here and I select rotate Z, and I can see the value of rotate Z is getting changed when I rotate in this way. Okay. Okay. Now, so I should select it. How should I select it? From the tip. Okay. Tip, mid and base, right? So click on tip here in the set driven key, hold shift and click on the mid, hold shift and click on the base. Okay, now we need to map which attribute is going to control which attribute. Okay, this attribute, okay, of this control, okay, index curl attribute of index control is going to influence or control rotate Z of base, mid and tip. So I'm going to click on rotate Z. Okay, right, I have selected, I have kept ready which is going to be keyed. Right, now I'm going to click outside and I'm going to select on the index control. Now you can see the index curl value is 0, and this rotation value, rotate Z value is 0. Here this rotate Z value is 0, and here that rotate Z value is 0. Okay, so everything, I mean both the controller and the controllable attribute both are in 0th position. Okay, so here we need to give the first key in the 0th position for both of the attributes. Only after that we can change the position of both the attributes in plus value and going to give key. Again we are going to change the values of both the attributes into minus value. Again we are going to give key. Okay, the first step, now everything is in 0. I'm going to click on key. You can see here the result has appeared. Okay, it is result 1. Okay, now again what we need to do, we have set everything into 0th position. Okay, now the first key, the first step for the set driven key is ready. The next step, I am going to rotate my finger to the backwards or to the top. So to rotate back, what can I do? I'm going to select the curl. I'm going to change the value now. Okay, the index curl value. Okay, what are all the values we have given when we are creating the additional attributes? I hope you remember. It is -10 and +10. Okay, now I am going to give the value +10. I means simply I'm just going to give the value 10. Okay, if the index curl value is changed from 0 to 10, what should happen to my fingers? Okay, my fingers should rotate back. So I'm going to select this joint shift select this joint, shift select this joint, and I am going to rotate it back. Okay, when you are going to rotate it back, after giving a rotation, just check once with the mesh because it should be realistic. Okay, this is realistic, this is possible, this is the maximum limit a person can rotate back his finger. Okay, it should not be like this. Okay, this is not possible. Okay, your finger bones will get broken, right? So I'm just going to give Control Z. Yeah, this position is okay for me to rotate back. Okay, this is okay. Now what happened? I have changed the rotation values of this joint, and this joint. You can see rotation Z has got connectivity. You can see the blue color. Okay, it has got the connectivity. Okay, it is going to be influenced by index curl. Now also you can see rotate Z is not 0. The value of rotate Z is not 0. So the next joint it is not 0. So the next joint it is not 0, right? Then that's all. We are going to give key. Click on the key, right? Now the set driven key, the second part of the set driven key has been done. Okay, we will check it, right? How to check it? I'm going to click on this index control. In this curl we have given 10. Okay, and we have changed the position of the driven object, which is the bones. Then I have given key. Now I am going to change it 0. See what happens. Okay, can you understand? I hope you can understand very clearly, because in the first stage we have set everything as 0, then we have given the key. Now I have changed the index curl value as 10. I mean it is plus 10, and given the set driven key for the rotation Z of the finger joints. Can we check it? 10. Okay, I'm going to check it randomly. See, I'm going to select the index control. I'm going to move it. Okay, I'm going to use my middle mouse button. Click on the middle mouse button and drag it anywhere you can see. Okay, now what to do? We need to have rotation inside. Okay, and also you can see when you click on this controller curve, you can see when I go in the minus value, you can see my value are changing into minus, and I keep on dragging. Yeah, but it stopped up to minus 10. Okay, it stopped up to minus 10, but there is no change of position of this bones or joints. Okay, because we did not give any change of value for the driver attribute and the driven attribute from the values 0 to minus 10. We have given values from 0 to plus 10. Okay, so now I am making it 0 again. I'm going to select it. Yes, and I am going to select, I'm going to change the value into minus 10 here. I'm going to come here and select the tip joint, index tip joint. Shift select the mid, shift select the base. Actually it is selected already. Okay, but for the sake of clarity and to not make any errors, let us select once again. whenever we are going to give set key, we need to select it once again. Okay, so I have selected it. I'm going to do it again for you. I'm going to select it. The tip, shift, hold shift and click on the mid, hold shift and click on the base. Now I'm going to rotate it. Okay, so I'm going to rotate it in the Z value, something like this, up to here. Okay, practically you can completely curl or rotate your fingers inside. Okay, you can completely curl your fingers inside up to your palm. Okay, up to your palm you can do it. Okay, right? So I'm going to keep a value where the finger is not entering into the palm, entering into the hand. Okay, it should stay somewhere, okay, safe. So I feel this pose is okay. So I'm just going to check it once. Yes, this is okay. And now I'm going to click on key. You can see the result. Okay, result 1, it is being keyed. Okay, the value is -75 and it is keyed, and the value for this index curl is what, -10, and it is keyed. Okay, now how to check this? I'm going to click on the index curl, make it 0, make the index curl value 0. Okay, click on this index curl. Now I'm just clicking my middle mouse button and moving here left and right, and you can see the values are getting changed in my channel box for the index control, and it is clearly done. Okay, our finger is clearly done, and this is the same procedure what you need to follow to rig all the fingers. Okay, this is one of the technique which is used in production. There are many other techniques. Okay, I'm going to make it 0 and enter. It comes to the neutral position. Okay, the many other techniques are like, it may be confusing, but this is very clear. Okay, we can see there are few techniques in which each and every joint they use to create controller curves, separate controller curve for each and every joint. Okay, that will be complicated for you. Okay, and I hope you understand this very well, right? The process of rigging the fingers using set driven key, right? Index curl value 0, rotate X value 0, key. Index curl value +10, rotate Z value, rotate into top, key. Index curl value -10, rotate Z value, rotate inside, key. Okay, it is very clear, right? Now what I need to do, I need to rig the attribute called spread. You can see something called index spread here. Okay, index spread. Okay, see, when I increase or decrease the value, there is no change because we have not given any connectivity. Okay, so again I'm going to turn off my skin and I'm going to check which direction it is needed to be rotated. Okay, it is not rotate Z because already rotate Z has some input, and also rotate Z is to rotate for the curl for up and down position. Okay, now spread means we need to rotate it in the sideways like this. Okay, I'm going to select this base and I'm going to select the rotate key. See, now this is how a finger should spread. Okay, See, now we have a different selection method for selecting the joints to make it work in the rotate Y axis like this for the option spread. Actually, this selection is different from the selection what we did for the curl. Okay, for curl we selected from this tip, from this shift select this mid, shift select the base. Okay, now when I press selection tool and when I'm turning on my character, and if I try to rotate it, you can see, okay, my finger is rotating like this. Okay, it acts like a snake. Okay, actually this is awkward. This is not how a human finger can work. Okay, again the same situation, or the bones in the body will be broken if a human rotates his finger like this. So I'm going to make everything 0, turn off the character. Again I'm going to select only one control, that is the base, index base. Okay, and this index base I am going to load once again as the driven object. Okay, load only index base as the driven. Okay, because this is the child of this mid joint. You can see my mouse pointer. This mid joint is the child of base. If the base is getting rotated, that is going to be followed by this mid joint. Again this mid joint, if it is going to be rotated, that will be followed by the tip joint. Okay, so I'm going to select only the base joint of the index finger. So I need to check, I'm selecting E, I'm going to check which direction it need to be rotated. Okay, it is rotate Y. So I'm going to select rotate Y here. Okay, rotate Y, that's all. I have set rotate Y here as the driven and index curl spread as the driver. Now I am coming out and I am going to select the index finger control, go here to the index spread. Okay, the index spread value for all the additional attributes we created, it is curl or spread, we have given the maximum value as +10 and the minus value as the minimum value as -10 and the default value as 0. Select the left index control. Okay, index left, index up down value 0. I'm going to, okay, see here you can see in the set driven key only index curl and spread is there, right? Because we have recently created index up and down, so it is not loaded. So to refresh that, again I am selecting this control and again I am going to load and I am going to select the option selected as driver. Now you can see the option index up and down has been added. Okay, now again I'm going to select this index base joint which I have already loaded as driven, but this time I want only rotate Z. Okay, so I'm going to select rotate Z. Okay, I'm going to select rotate Z. Okay, now it is clear. I'm going to rotate Z of only of the index base, not all these three. So select this driver, select this driven. Now I'm selecting this index up and down. The value is 0 of index up and down. I'm coming here, the rotate Z, the value is 0 for the index base joint. Okay, I'm just going to give key. You can see the result. Okay, when multiple input comes, you can see the color change. Okay, for single input it is showing yellow, for multiple inputs it is showing, sorry, single input it is showing blue, for multiple inputs it is showing 0. So selecting this, yes, again I'm going to select the index up and down. I'm going to change the value plus 10, and I'm going to select the value of the rotate Z, and I'm going to rotate the index base joint little bit up, and this is the maximum value. I'm going to rotate my finger backwards. I feel this rotation is enough for the finger to rotate back. Okay, so I'm going to give key. So after this I'm going to rotate the finger inwards. This is rotate the finger upwards. Okay, so to rotate the finger downwards I need to give what is the value I have given here? Plus 10. Now I need to give the value minus 10. Yeah, give the value minus 10 and enter. Now it is in the 0th position again. Sorry, the 0th position of the bone. Okay, now I have changed the value minus 10 here and select here. Okay, rotate it down little bit. You can see this is the practically possible rotation. Okay, after, if you want to rotate after this, you need to use the option curl. Okay, you should not use the option rotate, sorry, up and down, right? So that's it. I check the value here, it is minus 10. Then I'm going to give set key, I mean the value key. Okay, that's all. Now you can select this attribute and check for the connectivity. Okay, make it 0 and give enter. Now, okay, you can see how natural it is. Okay, this is a different action and this is a different action. Okay, both are needed, and this is a different action. So what we did index curl, index spread, index up and down. Okay, I hope you understood the concept of set driven key. Okay, because we have used it 3 times for the finger joints alone. Okay, for this one control. So the same thing we need to repeat it for all the 10 fingers. I mean, we have done for one finger. You need to repeat all these 3 kind of connectivity for all the remaining 9 fingers. Okay, so we did up to here, and for this fingers and all, there is no attribute called up and down, right? So you know how to add attribute up and down, which you can add for all these fingers, right? And how to do it for the thumb finger. Okay, see, for thumb finger you can see, and now we are going to see how to rig the thumb finger. The thumb finger, we need to check for the possible rotation and movements. So already we have given general controls like curl and spread. Okay, we can even modify or rename or what we can find exactly what it is needed, then we can add that kind of control, right? So before start to rigging the thumb finger, when I'm going to wireframe mode and I'm selecting my base joint, you can see in my channel box that there are random values given for the base joint. Okay, see, when we have given set driven key for the index base joint, the values were 0, right? The XYZ values were 0. But what is the case here? When I click on the thumb finger, you can see my cursor mouse pointer here. You can see rotation values are randomly generated values. Okay, so for that, what I need to do, I need to give freeze transform. Okay, I need to give freeze transform, but it won't work now. We will check it and I will tell you why. I'm selecting this base control. I'm going to this tab and changing it into rigging, and see here in modify, if I click on freeze transform, it is telling that, yeah, I will show the warning again. See, click on here freeze transform, again it will tell a warning like freeze transform or reset transform was not applied because it has the skin attached. Okay, it is telling the skin is attached, so already the connectivity has been given with the skin and the bone, so it is not possible to reset the transformation. So for that, what I need to do, we need to select the skin. Okay, select the skin, go to skin and click the option unbind skin. Okay, now you can see everything is different, right? This is different and the skin is different. It is like everything are detached. Okay, so now what I need to do, I need to, if it is coming out of the skin like this, you can align it. Okay, if not, you can keep it as it is. For me, I'm getting some problem. The alignment of the bone came out of the skin, so I'm going to rotate it inside and keep it inside the finger. If it is not coming out, then no problem. Okay, this may happen due to the binding and unbinding process. Okay, don't worry. Now when I check, yes, my joints and bones of the thumb finger is present inside the body, right? So now what I need to do, I need to give freeze transformation. Okay, I need to reset these values. Okay, so I'm going to modify, I'm giving freeze transformation. Now you can see the rotation values become 0, right? Now what I need to do again, I need to bind the skin. So for that, you know how to bind the skin. Select the root joint, shift, select the skin, go to skin and give bind skin. Now you can cross verify. After giving bind skin, you can cross verify. Yes. And also the values of rotation are 0 for me. Okay, now I can start giving connectivity. Okay, so what are all the needs I have for this thumb finger? Okay, we have one general option, general attribute called curl, okay, which is curling inside. The other option is spread, but we will see now. Okay, I will select, go to wireframe mode, select this joint and rotate in Y axis. Okay, rotate Y. I can take this as thumb in and out. Okay, I can take this as thumb in and out. Control Z, Control Z. See, I'm just making the value of rotate Y 0. Okay, so thumb in and out. So for that I need one attribute here, or I can change the name of the spread. Okay, change the name of the spread. It is up to your understanding. Okay, what is the name you are giving, that is up to your understanding. Even if I can keep it as spread, let me keep it as spread. Okay, or if I want to change the name, I can change it. Okay, let me keep it as spread. For the next attribute I will change it. I will add some other new attribute. Okay, this is in and out. The other thing I want is up and down. I thought to change it, but this is fine, right? Spread is fine. The name spread is fine for this, so no need to change. So rotate Y, we need rotate Y. So where is set driven key? Go to this tab, change it into animation, go to key and take the option set driven key, click on this, keep it aside and open the window. Now I'm going to select the thumb base. Okay, thumb base, left thumb base. I'm going to load it as driven. Already it is loaded as driven. Now I'm selecting the thumb control. Go to load and load selected as driver. So which control I need to do for in and out? Okay, thumb in and out, I'm going to do it with the attribute spread. This is going to control thumb in and out, right? So I'm selecting the thumb spread, and here in the base, which rotation axis? That is Y axis. Okay, I am selecting rotate Y, and before giving key we need to cross verify whether both the attributes are having 0 value. Okay, so rotate Y is 0. Then I am clicking on the spread, it is 0. Fine. Now I am going to click on key. After that, you know very well, we need to change the values. Thumb spread. Okay, I'm giving the value plus 10 here. I'm selecting this joint. I'm going to rotate Y and I'm changing the value. Okay, I'm rotating it outside. I mean, this is actually thumb in and out. Okay, what is thumb spread is thumb in and out. So you can see how far practically it is possible to stretch your thumb finger. Okay, maximum this much we can stretch our thumb finger. Okay, this is good. Okay, see, already I have changed the value of the thumb spread into 10, and now I have changed the rotation Y value, and I'm going to give key. Okay, see, this is plus 10 value. Now I'm going to give minus 10 value. This is for in and out. So for coming out I have given plus 10. To go in I'm going to give minus 10. See, you can change the values, no problem. Okay, you can give minus 10 in the first, then you can give plus 10 later. Okay, no problem. The main thing is you need to start with 0, the neutral position. Okay, from there you can change either this side or that side, either the minimum value or the maximum value. Now I have given minus 10, so I'm going to click on the thumb base joint. I'm going to select rotate Y, and I'm going to check what is the possible rotation, believable possibility. Okay, I'm going to rotate it. Don't bother if the thumb goes inside, no problem, because we are going to give another attribute like thumb up and down. If we are going to keep a pose like this, then if it is going inside the mesh, the thumb finger, if it is going inside the mesh, we can adjust it through the new attribute up and down. Okay, so yes, I can see practically I can rotate my thumb finger inside up to this. Okay, this is possible, maximum. Yeah, this is possible. Okay, so I'm going to give, I have changed the value of rotate Y. Here again I'm selecting the left thumb control, the thumb spread value minus 10. I'm going to give key. That's all. Now select it. Plus 10 minus 10 plus 10 minus 10, make it 0, right? Then the other thing is curl. You know how to do curl. Anyway, we will do it now, because in this joints we had 1 2 3 joints for the other fingers. Here for the thumb finger we have only mid and base. There is no tip. Directly we come to the end here. So select the thumb control. Here now I should change who is the driver. See, this attribute is the driver, curl. Now who is the driven? How should we select the joints for the curl? You know very well. Okay, select from the child going to the top towards the parent. So select this joint, shift select the base joint, click here load as driven. Now you can see thumb mid and base. Okay, thumb mid and base. See, but it should be, both should be selected. Keep in mind, both should be selected. For that, after bringing in, if you are clicking on one or the other bone, only one will be selected. So if only one was selected like this, hold shift and select both of them. Okay, see, again I'm telling you, if only one is selected, hold shift and select the other one. Okay, now in which direction I need to give rotation to feel the curl, I should select and check. Okay, either it is rotate X, no, rotate Z, no. Okay, so rotate Y again. Okay, rotate Y. Okay, so I'm going to select rotate Y, and it is already in 0th position. I'm going to give key. See, I told you earlier, when we are giving multiple inputs, multiple set driven key values for the same joint, okay, the first input is in blue color, after that it will change into yellow color. Okay, even you can add more number of inputs. Now I'm going to change the value of the thumb curl. It is 0. I'm going to change the value plus 10, and I'm going to, I'm going to change the value plus 10, and I'm going to wireframe mode, select this joint. Okay, and shift select this joint, select this, shift select this rotate Y. I'm going to rotate it. See, you know how to select joints for the curl. Again I'm telling. Okay, shift select the mid, then shift select the base. Okay, I feel this is the maximum possibility. Even I think I can reduce it. Yes, this is okay. This is believable. Okay, so I'm going to give key. Now I'm going to the thumb curl. I'm going to make the value minus 10. Sorry, excuse me, minus 10. And again I'm coming here, I'm selecting this joint, shift select this joint, and change the value of rotate Y towards inside. Okay, okay, this is too much. I think I can stop up to here, right? Okay, now I'm going to give key. That's all, it is clear. See, now when I select this thumb control, going to the thumb curl, clicking middle mouse button, and I'm changing the value. Okay, it is fine, making it 0. Now we are going to add one more attribute. Okay, the spread, what I told is, it is thumb in and out. Thumb in and out is spread. Okay, now we need to make something called thumb up and down. Okay, we need to add one more attribute for that. So to add one more attribute, I'm selecting the thumb control. I'm selecting the thumb control. Selecting the thumb control here. I'm going to the edit, add attribute. Okay. Here I'm going to give the name left thumb, thumb up down. thumb up down. Okay, minimum value -10, maximum value +10, give OK. Now I can see thumb up down. So I'm going to select it here and I'm going to the set driven key. I'm going to reload it again because we have dynamically added one more control. So I'm going to give reload it. So I'm going to give load selected as driver. Now you can see the thumb up and down has came here. So I am selecting that, and now for this up and down, which bone or which joint I need to select? I need not to select this joint. Okay, I need to select only this joint. This is not shift select. Okay, I'm simply going and clicking here. Simply click here, and this is thumb up and down. Okay, this is thumb up and down. Okay, so I'm going to select this base joint, thumb base joint, load it as driven. Click here, load driven. You can see only thumb base is loaded now. So in which axis I need to rotate it? Rotate Z. You can see the change in the values in my channel box. Rotate Z. Okay, so I'm finding rotate Z here. Yes, now I need to check rotate Z value 0 and go here and check thumb up and down value 0. Give key. Again select this, and before that this is the driver. So for driver I need to change the value first. So I'm going to this thumb control, I'm going to make it the thumb up and down value +10, and I'm selecting this base joint here, and I'm going to change the value of rotate Z something like this. Okay, see, it should be believable. The what your option giving, that option should be believable, because this is realistic motion, realistic movement for which we are rigging now. If it is for cartoonic, we need few more controls, that also we will see now, and before that we will finalize the realistic movements. Okay, so I have changed it up to this, and I am giving key. Now I'm going to select this value of left thumb up and down. I'm going to make it 0. Okay, make it 0. Now it is in the neutral position. Again I'm going to make the value -10. Okay, so for -10, sorry, yeah, it is -10, and I'm selecting this thumb control. It is -10, and I am selecting the base joint of the thumb. I'm going to rotate it inside, rotate it down actually. Rotate it down. Okay, I feel this is maximum. Okay, this is maximum. It is, this rotation is enough. Okay, now I am going to give key. Okay, that's all. Now let us check the thumb up and down. Thumb up and down. Okay, it is 0, neutral pose, thumb up and down, thumb spread, thumb curl. Yes, see, it is like we have done realistic or possible or practically which is possible mechanically for the human bones. We have given only that kind of controls now. Okay, so what is the extra attributes that can be, what are the extra attributes that can be added? So I can, if my character wants to be in a cartoonic pose, okay, I'm selecting this control, finger control, and I'm coming here. You can see something called stretch they have given. So I'm selecting that and I'm changing the value. You can see the finger stretches in and out. Okay, so this kind of actions we can add for cartoonic poses. Okay, unreal poses. Okay, which is not practically possible but for cartoonic poses. So actually this rig Norman is a professional rig. Okay, so we are going to follow this setup, but we are not going to 100% imitate or copy this. Okay, we need to do rig first in the point of learning. So what are all the other things we need to add now? Stretch the finger, then create FK setup for the finger. Okay, so which one will be little bit easier initially? That is creating stretch. Okay, so I'm going here and I'm taking this, I'm opening my Maya file, the file which we are working. I'm going to select the finger control, select this finger control, go to edit. See, before this I want to tell, we have done with our mechanical working style rig of the bone structure of human fingers. Now what we are going to do, we are going to add attributes and rig for cartoonic style. Okay, so keep in mind that we are going to rig for cartoonic style. We are going to add it, select it, go to add attribute, going to give the name left index stretch. Excuse me, left index stretch. Okay, as usual, minimum value -10, maximum value +10, and I'm going to give OK. You can see index stretch has been added. Okay, so I'm going to select it again. I'm coming here in set driven key. I'm going to load it as driver, so it will be reloaded. You can see left index stretch has been added as driver, and which attribute I should take for driven. Okay, which attribute I should take for driven? See, I'm going to, I need to stretch my finger. Okay, so for that I'm going to select this base control. Okay, stretch means what? We need to scale the finger. We are going to scale the finger, resize the finger, but not in all the directions, not in scale X, Y, Z. Okay, we are going to take either only any one of the scale values. So I will check which scale value is working properly for my finger stretching action. So I'm selecting this base joint of the index finger. I'm going to mesh mode, press 5. See, I'm coming here, scale X. I'm going to increase the value. Okay, scale X is working fine. And scale Y, no, it is improper. It is not suitable. Scale Z, no, scale Z is also not suitable. So for me, scale X is suitable. But again, there is a problem. See, when I select this base joint alone and when I give scale X, you can see only the base joint is getting stretched, okay, but not the mid or the tip. So how it seems like is, you can see this portion, you can see my mouse pointer, this portion remains the same as like this portion of the other finger. Only this portion is stretched, is extended. So I want to make it evenly. I want to make all the three joints to get stretch in the, or get what lengthy in the scale X. So for that I'm going to make the selection in a different way, right? I hope you can recall how we did selection for the finger curl. See, for finger up and down we have selected only the base joint. Similarly, what we did for finger curl, we have selected, we have for this action we have selected from the base, okay, from the base, shift select middle, shift select end. Exactly, we are going to do the same now. Okay, so I'm going to select the tip, shift select the mid, hold shift and select the base and make it as driven, make it as driven. Now you can see, okay, it is loaded. So what I told previously, when you are selecting all these three and after loading it as driven, make sure all the three are selected before giving set driven key. And also you should be confirmed that it is selected from the tip, okay, tip, shift select mid, shift select base. Now which axis, oh sorry, which attribute I want to stretch, I want to scale, that is scale in x-axis. Now I can select here, okay, see, I can see all the joints are stretched evenly, okay, okay. So I have selected scale X and index stretch. I'm going to select the index finger, index stretch value 0, the scale X value, select. Every time you need to select base, shift select mid, shift select, sorry, every time you need to select tip, shift select mid, again shift select base. Every time we need to select like this. So I'm going to the scale value is by default it is 1, so no need to bother about the default values. Okay, no need to make it 0. If you make it 0, the bone will disappear. Scale is the physical volume, okay, that is the size. So if you make it 0, it will be invisible. Okay, I'm going to give key. Now I'm going to select my controller. Index stretch value I'm going to give plus 10. Again I'm coming here, select tip, shift select mid, shift select base. I'm going to increase the scale value, scale X, little bit. Okay, up to this it is enough. Even you can see in this rig, in this reference rig, see the stretch, how much they have given, only a little bit, somewhat believable. Okay, even it is not too much cartoony. Okay, this is somewhat okay, we can accept it. So I'm going to give this almost same. I'm going to give the stretch here. I have stretched it, the scale X. Okay, I'm going to give key. Now again I'm going to select this index control. I'm making it 0. Now I'm going to make it minus 10. And again I'm coming to wireframe mode. Select from the tip, shift select the mid, shift select the base, and go to the scale X and make it shorten. Okay, I hope this is enough. Okay, not too much, this is enough. So I'm going to give key. That's all. Now I'm selecting this index control. I'm going to select left index stretch. Yes, stretch is working fine. Okay, I'm going to make it 0. The stretch is working fine.